Once a star nova's out, burning through all its fuel in a fiery spectacle, it's impossible to jumpstart its heart. Birdring has got a pair of jumper cables and is ready to prove physics wrong. A legend of the Overwatch scene is staring at a Phoenix Star rebirth from retirement amongst one of the most experienced rosters ever assembled. Has one of the devil's favorite demons returned? Or is this a futile effort in esports alchemy? If you look past the tumbleweeds and dated visuals, Overwatch in 2016 and 2017 was an incredibly formative era. It was the Wild West, where fledgling narratives and legends began their mythological ascent, and standing at the forefront of South Korea's pantheon was Birdring. Modern fans remember Birdring as this underappreciated hitscan threat, but way back when, he was one of the holy trinity of tracer aces in the world. However, he would separate himself from his peers with his surprising flexibility and become a sort of proto-hyperflex player. From the start of 2017 and OGN's second season of the Overwatch Apex tournament, Birdring would begin to cement his name amongst fans. When it came to world-class tracer play, Birdring stood next to fellow countrymen Sebi and French superstar Soon. The latter had a few other heroes to fall back on and some of those attributes that would carry them far. But Birdring, to his credit, was something different. He showed outstanding statistical performances on heroes like Genji, Cassidy, Pharah, Soldier 76, and of course, Tracer. And to do this, you might think he would be on a top team. Something akin to the likes of the Los Angeles Gladiators or the Houston Outlaws of the time, right? Not at all, actually, because he was part of the B team of the Kongdo organization, Kongdo Unsia. Birdring began his run in a team jail for some time, echoing a tired story we've all become accustomed to. To be fair to history and Kongdo Unsia, they actually were the better team in the Kongdo family during Apex Season 1. But that quickly changed. Right up until he was moved to Kongdo Panthera in Apex Season 3. Birdring could have been another bright talent, just locked away in the gutters, living a life of the chase, chasing improvement, chasing a title, and perhaps chasing the chance to earn the right to be on a better team. The latter of which happened after the most dramatic finish to a trilogy Overwatch will likely ever see. Towards the end of Apex Season 4, Western esports juggernaut Cloud9 would step in to acquire Kongdo Panthera's core lineup. This included Birdring and his partner in crime, Rascal. He would also sign the entirety of the Season 4 winners, GC Busan. Oh, and they also would begin offloading their EU team, aptly named Cloud9 EU. The 2018 London Spitfire? Oh, that was a team. We mostly remember the Overwatch League inaugural champions as a powerhouse of epic proportions. Two monstrous teams alchemically fused together into one crazed Overwatch chimera. Yet, we forgot their mid-season slump and how difficult it was to predict their playoff run. We all knew that Birdring had what it took. But which team would get on the day of the finals? That was a different story. Later on, we definitely forgot how abysmal they were during Season 2. And what about when Birdring joined the Los Angeles Gladiators in 2020? Does it surprise you as much as it did us to see some of his statistics? Those weren't world-class like his days prior to the Overwatch League, but they are solid performances that slip through the cracks. We ought to use the term underappreciated carefully, because throughout his entire career, Birdring has been underrated. Sure, he's been a fan favorite, because it's a common name people can rally around, and he's quite good. However, he's never just been a hit scan. He's never just been a tracer. Birdring, for nearly all of his career, has been one of the most complete players in his role, barring those who actually carry the Hyperflex designation. And that's what made his initial retirement so surprising. Here he is, paired with generational talent Kevster, on a team that's the closest he's ever been to adding another star to his chest. Still able to compete. And he's steps away. The Los Angeles Gladiators ended the season 11-5, ranking 4th overall in the regular season. They were on the cusp of being in title contention. But that was then, and this is now. He stepped away, tried content creation, tried Apex Legends, but now he's back. A true legend of the game has brought his talents home to one of the most surprising stats in all of Overwatch, but a fitting one nonetheless. We don't take into consideration the classical nature of things, and Birdring's story is now echoing some of those past notes. Retirement typically means goodbye. A gap year in competition usually isn't an indicator of confidence. And the Boston Uprising of all places has struggled to find results. And yet he wouldn't be Birdring if he didn't prove trends wrong. He could have settled on being a great tracer. He could have been complacent after winning with London. And he could have tapped out after a strong few years with the Gladiators. And yet, here he is, back where it all began. The proverbial boss at the top of Mount Overwatch has made his move. And now Birdring is ready to glide down and step back into the fray. His wings outstretched, he sheds his eggshells alongside one of the most experienced rosters in Overwatch history to bring home an esports title to New England. Resurrection is well within Birdring's wheelhouse, and this is just another feather from his wing. 2023 is prepared to play Battleground for this return to the top. And if his history has anything to say about it, this should be a capstone to remember.